The legend of burying people alive in the city walls, city pillar shrines or other large buildings in the hopes that the spirits of the deceased will guard the city or those buildings forever is a popular belief in society. Burying people alive is not only known by Thais. Foreigners who have been to Thailand or foreign media that report stories about Thailand must also be aware of and mention this belief. Bishop Palagoix, 1805–1862, a foreigner who came during the Rattanakosin period, mentioned this in Story of Thailand that Monsignor Bruegers related in his letter the uncivilized tradition of believing in good luck that existed in Siam every time a new city gate was built. I myself have also read similar events in the Chronicles of Siam. I do not confirm that it is true as rumored. They say that when a new city gate is built within the city walls or even just repaired, I do not know which rule of good luck they use to determine it. As for the killing of 3 innocent people, the brutal act was as follows. After the king had consulted with the senior officials in secret, he would send a courtier to the city gate to be repaired. Every once in a while, the courtier would pretend to call out loudly for someone. He would repeatedly call out the name of the city gate many times. It was often seen that when people passing by heard the call from behind, they would turn around to look. Immediately, the courtier and his men would surround and capture 3 people who had turned around to look. It was certain that his fate was over. No act, no promise, no sacrifice would save his life. He dug a large hole in the city gate, and tied a large post and beam up above the hole at a considerable height. He tied 2 ropes at both ends so that the post or log would be hung along the path like a chest. So when the day came for this cruel act to be performed, he would feed the unfortunate people and parade them to the hole. The king and his courtiers would also go and pay their respects. The king ordered the 3 men to guard the city gates and to quickly inform the news lest any enemies or rebels attack the city. Then he cut the rope and let the pole or log fall on the head of the unfortunate person. The victim of superstition was crushed in the hole. Thais believed that the unfortunate person, the victim of superstition, will become a guardian spirit called a ghost. Some common people murder their slaves in the same way to use them as a ghost to guard the treasure they have buried, while Kririshnana, an independent scholar who collects foreign documents about Thailand, found a similar story in the journal A Travers Le Monde, issue 22/8/1905, a French journal that mentioned strange beliefs in Siam. It was about the tradition of ancient people who believed that when building a new city wall, they had to perform a black magic ceremony by burying a living person at the city gate so that the spirit of the deceased would continue to be the gatekeeper of the city gate. The French journal drew a picture of this strange belief, saying that it was a ritual that once occurred in the land of Lan Xang, which is a part of Siam, in 1905 BE, with the king of Siam and the queen presiding over this ceremony, along with important nobles and Brahmin astrologers to convey that it is an important national ceremony because it is auspicious for the country, a source of encouragement and morale for the country's leaders. However, it is a superstition in the eyes of Westerners who have seen it. However, after investigating the facts, it was found that the ceremony of burying people alive in the city wall or city pillar shrine had never happened during the Rattanakosin period.